It was a good flick, too, yes.
Right,
Both
sorry.
good.
We're going to get back on track.
Maybe. Look, we're here to 1:30.
I know.
And I thought we were here till 2, but apparently I missed a memo somewhere.
It was the flux capacitor, and it went off a little bit.
1.21 gigawatts. So we are here until 1:30 today, Tito and Jen with you. And like I say, we have Matt Andrews on later on. We got a lot to talk about with college basketball, both on the women's and the men's side. We've got some NFL talk to get into as well. We will do that. What else have we got? This crazy thing at Bowling Green that happened, Bowling Green against Memphis. I can't wait to talk about that. Pro Day at Ohio State happened this week. We got some sound from Ryan Day on that one. My God, stick around. You picked a great time to tune in. It's Fan Sports Sunday. Coming up next, we'll talk more about OSU women's hoops. They advanced the Elite Eight for the first time in 30 years. That's next, right here. Fan Sports Sunday, 97.1 The Fan.
Sports, conversation, and Bobby Carpenter dueling cartoons of genitalia. A wrestling success. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hey, what's up? It's Steve-O. I used to have two problems with my sleep. One, I always woke up feeling tired, and that caused me to take a lot of naps. I wasn't very productive. And number two was I snored all the time. My wife would wake up, I would wake up. It was awful. Finally, I went and got checked out, and they said, oh, you've got sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is not something you can mess around with. You got to get it treated. Did you know that as you age, your risk of having obstructive sleep apnea nearly doubles? It's a fact. Sleep apnea is a deadly sleep disorder that only gets worse with age, and snoring is the #1 indicator. Dr. Mark Levy is board certified in the treatment of sleep apnea, and he offers a custom-fitted oral appliance that effectively treats sleep apnea. So that's good news. The other good news is most Medicare patients have little to no out-of-pocket cost. Do not ignore your sleep apnea. Get it treated. Call now for a consultation with Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. Get the life back you deserve. Call Dr. Mark Levy today, 1-800-MORE-SLEEP, or check him out online, sleepbettercolumbus.com.
Choices, choices, choices. With 5 exciting Volkswagen SUVs, you have a lot of choices. You want roomy? Choose the Atlas. You want the ultimate in stylish? Choose the Atlas Crossport. You want fully electric? Choose the ID4. You want turbocharged? Choose the Taos. You want cargo room galore? Choose the Tiguan.
I can get everything
And
paid
of
off by
course,
July.
you'll want to test drive one of these.
Now when I go down to
So choose
Columbus,
to go to your local Volkswagen dealer today.
And in September, I'm going to try to
Take
go to
advantage of
Pennsylvania.
factory cash incentives and boat show pricing this season at Buckeye Lake Marina. Check out Central Ohio's largest selection of over 100 new and used boats in stock inside Buckeye Lake Marina's 15,000 square foot showroom. Don't miss out on huge savings on brands like Bennington, Crown Line, South Bay, and more. Buckeye Lake Marina is family owned and operated and is your one-stop shop for all your on-the-water needs. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com today to find your next boat. Buckeye Lake Marina. We'll see you on the water.
Whatever temperatures this winter brings, your friendly and knowledgeable Bryant dealer is ready to help. Two dealers committed to achieving a high level of training and skill, and backed by outstanding products from one of the industry's most trusted names.
Well, we're going to work out at 12:30
your
tonight.
local Bryant dealer will do whatever it takes for your family's comfort.
Schedule your winter tune-up today with Federal Elite Heating and Cooling. Online at federalheating.com. Federal Elite Heating and Cooling. And Bryant, doing whatever it takes.
Colin Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Houston. Here is an impression of my wife over the years. Are you ready?
What do we need high-speed internet for? Oh. What do we need high-definition television for? Oh. Why do we need Alexis?
5.1 miles so far.
As a matter of fact, if the world were ending, she could only save me or the car, she would save the Lexus. We don't even get into it
Virgin
anymore.
Diamond
She
Entertainment
sits in the
going over
Lexus
there.
and smokes a cigarette. The invitation to Lexus event is going on
Supposed to
all
be done
month long at
December
Jermaine
of
Lexus
next year,
with
so
a great in-stock
still got
inventory
over
to choose
2
from
years yet
and
before that's
special rates
completed.
as low as 4.99% on their most popular models, including the all-new redesigned RX. Financing on a limited term with approved credit. Not all buyers will qualify. $18.91 per thousand finance ends 3/31/23. Don't settle for anything less than the best. Jermaine Lexus, 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton. Check them out online, JermaineLexus.com. Tell them my wife sent you.
Yeah!
Experience Blue Jackets hockey with family and friends and never miss the boom of the cannon. New 23-24 ticket plans starting as low as 11 games are available now. Choose the seat and the games you want while saving up to 28%. For details, visit bluejackets.com/ticket plans. If you're looking for a one-of-a-kind design, or even chose from thousands of different styles, Worthington Jewelers Spring Bridal Buy One, Get One Half Off is going on until April 1st. Shop local, shop Worthington Jewelers, where Columbus gets engaged.
Sears Heating and Cooling is a locally owned family business, and for 73 consecutive years, we've enjoyed Central Ohio winters to the fullest. From sledding at high banks to backyard football in the snow, for 73 winters, we've understood just how important it is to be able to come in from the cold to a safe, toasty house and a cup of mom's hot chocolate. With nearly 1,900 five-star Google reviews and 0% interest on service repairs and installation, you can count on Sears Heating and Cooling to keep you warm this winter. 614-475-1800.
We firmly believe it's appropriate to tailgate before a youth soccer game. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
This is Fan Sports Sunday. I am Tito. I sound almost like I wasn't sure, but I am sure, Jen. You and I are right here.
Burgundy.
I'm Ron Burgundy. Got what it is. Let me find that real quick. Here it is. Here we go.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
That's what it was right there when I said Fan Sports Sunday with the Jen. Here we are. Jen, yesterday, Ohio State beat UA.
Yes.
Breaking news. First time to Elite Eight since 1993 for Ohio State. 73-61, they knock off UConn, who's been to how many Final Fours in a row? How many Elite Eights?
This was their 17th tournament in which they did not. This would have been the 17th in which they made it to the Elite Eight.
Right. Fantastic.
Yes.
Run.
Yes.
Like, honestly, one of the more incredible runs in all of sports. You look at it, you look at every team that's had, great runs, and you go Yankees, you go Celtics, you go old school on that, you go Patriots, what they did, you go what UCLA did or John Wooden. This is one of the more amazing ones, the run that Gino Auriemma has had with Connecticut in the NCAA tournament.
But they're starting to plateau, I believe.
It's more difficult now.
It's more difficult. You're seeing Notre Dame over the past few years become more of a powerhouse. Now, granted, they weren't able to. They lost yesterday, right?
Notre Dame got blown out.
Yeah, they got blown out. Yep. But then you also have Don Staley, and that's South Carolina.
They're 70-2 last year.
48 in a row now.
Yes.
They've won.
Yep.
But I'm glad to see Gino's little time at the top is hopefully coming to an end.
So
I had that anxiety
what's
attack.
amazing to me about this, look, I honestly, take the fandom out of it. Jen, I thought Ohio State would win this game. I know that UConn, on some sports books websites, I'm not looking at them, but yes, I looked at it. UConn was a 10-point favorite going into this game.
Yes.
And I thought, my God, I think Ohio State's going to win this game. Their defense poses problems for so many teams. South Carolina is going to be different if Ohio State gets to that point. I like Ohio State over Virginia Tech, though. I think this team, with the way they do things.
Good.
Look, they got a 3 seed, Jen.
Yes.
Without having J.C. Sheldon for most of the year.
Yes.
They are a much better team when J.C. Sheldon's out there.
And I love her so much.
Great energy.
And she is out there, and she doesn't give up. And she fights her way to the basket, which I love. And I think her and Cody, and I love Cody so much.
She's so much fun to watch.
She is. She doesn't care. And it's just like, yes, go Cody, go.
It is, and good for McGuff.
Yes.
I love the fact that McGuff and this team got to where they're at so far. But they could beat Virginia Tech. They can beat that team. Once it gets to that point, I don't know what happens next, but I like their chances against Virginia Tech.
Well, and if they can keep up that pressure that they had on UConn, 25
18 in the first half. 18 in the first half.
That's unbelievable and amazing, and if they can keep that up tomorrow, they're unstoppable.
Yeah, that's the thing with Ohio State, too. One of the benefits they have that other teams might not have. In Connecticut, let's look at this right. Okay, one of the things Ohio State can do that Connecticut could not do. When Ohio State got behind early, they can make up the ground quickly because of their defense, Jeff.
Yes.
Connecticut, when they get down, they cannot make up ground quickly because of their defense. You know what I mean? Like, that's what Ohio State has advantage-wise, over some of these other teams. And I thought Gino was over the top on the sidelines a little
for
bit.
a long
That's
time.
just who he is, though.
Right.
And he's only over the top when they're losing.
But I feel like he was respectful
He was.
after the game.
His post-game comments were respectful of Ohio State,
Right.
and I appreciated that because it's a bit. I mean, he's in a bad place. You know, he's expected
About
to go
47,
far,
48
and,
degrees.
You know, it was just not his day yesterday.
One of the things he said after the press conference, or during the press
It's a
conference, he said,
west
"You
or
know what?
southwesterly wind.
Because they talked about there was like 14 straight
it's gonna be
trips
cold
to the Final
tomorrow.
Four,
Yeah,
which is my God,
and unheard of.
Okay. And what he said was, look, as you get further into the streak, you get further away from the start, where you're closer to the end than you are to the beginning.
Yeah.
And that's just the nature of the beast. That's what happens. The more you go, the more you are, it's going to end at some point. You realize that. It can't go on forever. But like second place, I think the record is 9 or something as far as consecutive Final Four appearances.
Wind
They got
off
a
the
huge
lake
lead on
tomorrow.
them. I had a chance, I think how many years ago it would have been? Might have been 4 or 5 when Connecticut came here to play Ohio State. And it had to be 4 years ago. Wait. Whatever. Anyway. And had a chance to go into the press conference afterwards. Not a huge contingency of press, but there were still,
Tracks are closed down there.
like 7 or 8 reporters
gotta
in there
replace
with Gino. And I loved the way he talked after the game. I loved the way he answered questions. You see guys like the way Boeheim answers questions and the way other coaches that are like dismissive of the media.
Yeah.
And Gino, who has every right to be more of a jerk than a lot of coaches out there. Gino was fantastic and professional. And even there was a reporter, like a young reporter was back there, and this reporter asked kind of a question that Boeheim would have torn him to shreds. Saban would have torn him to shreds. They would have what the hell are you talking about? And Gino was very patient and professional in the answer to the question, and that was wonderful to see. And so I got a lot of respect for Gino at that moment.
Right.
One of the things that was interesting about yesterday's game was the fact that Dorka Juhas, who was here at Ohio State for 3 years.
Yes.
Okay, now, by the way, she did not leave on like awful terms. Not like she did not go and blow up the program when she left. She legit graduated in 3 years.
Which is awesome.
Sure, yeah, right. Some of us are on a 14-year players, still not there yet. She legit graduated in 3 years and then decided to transfer to UConn. And by the way, better chance to go to the WNBA, better chance to win a championship. UConn's a better shot.
Absolutely, especially if you're
Can't
not
argue it.
You're not planning on doing anything immediately after school, and you want to do that.
Right.
Yes.
Makes perfect sense. So I do not begrudge Dorka for that at all. She was great at Ohio State. But I just thought it was interesting, ironic, I guess you could say, that her college career ended with a loss to the team that she left to try to get to a championship.
I love it.
But she would, and again, also with her, I've interviewed her probably a dozen times when she was at Ohio State. Always very polite, professional.
What is the point of that?
Did a great job.
Never understood why they had that stuff there.
She will play in the WNBA. That will happen.
slow
She
people
looked good
down.
yesterday at times.
She did.
Force them to look.
But I just found that little bit right there, Jen, to be interesting. I'm not sitting here saying, ha ha, Dorka. I'm not doing that.
No,
but I do think it's interesting, though, and just kind of a weird, I don't know, sub storyline, I guess.
And on the pregame show yesterday, there was the interview that Maddie had with McGuff beforehand, and McGuff said that he ran into her the day before, and he was like, it was all love, it was all pleasant, and he's like, we're happy for her, and we wish nothing but the best for her.
Yeah.
So I mean,
it wasn't like she didn't go ballistic on Ohio State when she left, which was good. And the fact McGuff still, like you said, in that thing, McGuff still, it's not like she didn't leave on bad terms.
No.
Right. Most significant win in Ohio State women's history.
So great.
You think it is?
I think so. I mean, I remember that '93 team.
Katie Smith,
I remember how excited I was to watch them in the Final Four, and I mean, I think that was a long time ago for me to try and think all the way back.
Sure.
But I really think that this was, especially considering the fact that it's UConn. It's such a big
deal. Ohio
deal.
State had never beaten UConn. They were 0-6 lifetime against UConn.
And I mean, what a better place to beat them, but on ABC in the middle
national
of
TV.
On a very busy sports Saturday.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think this might be. You guys might have about that too. But I wonder if this is I think McGuff would say it's the most significant win of his Ohio State career.
Yeah, and I mean, because he's too humble. I don't think he would say ever. Even a couple years down the line, I don't even think he'll say it ever either.
All right, coming up next, we're down to 6 teams in the men's NCAA tournament. We'll recap last night's action, look ahead to today. We'll do that next. Fan Sports Sunday. Tito and Jen, 97.1 The Fan.
No hot takes, no dancing, plenty of stupid. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Choices, choices, choices. With 5 exciting Volkswagen SUVs, you have a lot of choices. You want roomy? Choose the Atlas. You want the ultimate in stylish? Choose the Atlas Cross Sport. You want fully electric? Choose the ID4. You want turbocharged? Choose the Taos. You want cargo room galore? Choose the Tiguan. And of course, you'll want to test drive one of these. So choose to go to your local Volkswagen dealer today.
Enjoy a whole new kind of bracket this March as 16 Ohio breweries compete in their own tournament at the Walrus Kitchen and Public House in their Beer Bracket Challenge. The challenge runs the entire month of March, so make sure you visit the Walrus each week to help your favorite brewery make it to the next round. Celebrate local breweries while watching the tournament on 30 big screen TVs in a fun, lively environment. The Walrus Kitchen and Public House, the corner of Main and 4th downtown. TheWalrusColumbus.com.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. Here is an impression of my wife over the years. Are you ready?
What do we need high-speed internet for? Oh. What do we need high-definition television for? Oh. Why do we need Alexis? Oh.
As a matter of fact, if the world were ending, she could only save me or the car, she would save the Lexus. We don't even get intimate anymore. She just sits in the Lexus and smokes a cigarette. The Invitation to Lexus event is going on all month long at Jermaine Lexus with a great in-stock inventory to choose from and special rates as low as 4.99% on their most popular models, including the all-new redesigned RX. Financing on a limited term with approved credit. Not all buyers will qualify. $18.91 per thousand finance. Ends 3/31/23. Don't settle for anything less than the best. Jermaine Lexus, 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton. Check them out online, JermaineLexus.com. Tell them my wife sent you.
Wayne Trail. US 24.
Money on your tournament when you use Superbook Sports. Membership here, and Superbook features the best team of odds makers in the business. So they're the safe bet when it comes to sports gambling. You have a direct line to their experienced staff behind the counter in Las Vegas. They also have one of the most extensive betting venues around. So no matter what you want to wager on, come tournament time, Superbook is sure to have it. Download the Superbook app, start winning today. Visit Superbook.com for terms and conditions. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Ever wonder where your go-to maintenance person gets the metal products they need to fix yours and everyone else's problems? The best in the business go to Metal Supermarkets for their wide variety of metal products and shapes to tackle projects from simple to complex. Metal Supermarkets is your source for all metals cut to size and ready fast. No minimum order with maximum service. Visit the family-owned franchise on North Wilson Road or at Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com.
Yeah! How did I become a meteorologist? Honestly, because I was scared of the weather when I was a little boy. I would clean out my toy box and climb in there in a safe place during bad storms. So I've spent my whole life trying to figure out why storms happen. I get the fear that some people have in storms because that used to be me. So now I think getting people the right information at the right time empowers them to make smart decisions and be safe.
Don't be scared. Be prepared with advance notice from Doppler 10 Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz.
Experience Blue Jackets hockey with family and friends and never miss the boom of the cannon.
New 23-24 ticket plans starting as low as 11 games are available now.
Choose the seats and the games you want while saving up to 28%.
For details, visit bluejackets.com/ticketplans.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. I used to have 2 problems with my sleep. One, I always woke up feeling tired, and that caused me to take a lot of naps. I wasn't very productive. It sucked. And number 2 was I snored all the time. My wife would wake up, I would wake up. It was awful. Finally, I went and got checked out, and they said, oh, you've got sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is not something you can mess around with. You got to get it treated. Did you know that as you age, your risk of having obstructive sleep apnea nearly doubles? It's a fact. Sleep apnea is a deadly sleep disorder that only gets worse with age, and snoring is the #1 indicator. Dr. Mark Levy is board certified in the treatment of sleep apnea, and he offers a custom-fitted oral appliance that effectively treats sleep apnea. So that's good news. The other good news is most Medicare patients have little to no out-of-pocket cost. Do not ignore your sleep apnea. Get it treated. Call now for a consultation with Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. Get the life back you deserve. Call Dr. Mark Levy today, 1-800-MORE-SLEEP, or check him out online, sleepbettercolumbus.com.
Garnish your Bloody Mary with sports talk. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
It is Fan Sports Sunday. Tito and Jem with you. Bodie back there running things here through to 1:30 before we get into Elite 8 action on the men's side. So, Jen, I have often said that March Madness, I like the upsets.
Yes.
I like the chaos until we get to the Final Four. And like when we get to the Final Four, I want to have the blue bloods in there.
Right.
This year is complete insanity.
And I love it. Like I know, I get where you're coming from with wanting the blue bloods, but at the same time, I enjoy chaos. I love the fact that Florida Atlantic, Conference USA's very own Florida Atlantic, is a #9 seed and they are going to the Final Four.
Okay, so
that's so crazy.
My basis on it, like the reason I had the argument, Jen, was like I wanted the best teams playing in the Final Four. Okay, but I'm saying right now I might be wrong because I don't know who the best teams are anymore.
Everybody does, and honestly, Florida Atlantic is on a tear, and I think UConn.
35 in the way.
Yes, and I think UConn is also on a very good tear, and I know they have the best odds as of right now.
Points against
that Gonzaga. I would
By the way, I'm
never
telling you now, don't say
that.
Gonzaga. Someone will tweet at you and tell you pronounce it wrong.
Gonzaga?
Okay? Every time I've ever done that on this show, there's some jackwad that has tweeted out to me and said it's not Gonzaga because they're called the Zags. That's the best way to remember it. Since they're called the Zags, always call them Gonzaga.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know. You might get somebody to tweet at you. But I always said it also. I said it both ways.
The Fighting John Stocktons. How about that?
That's a better one there. Stocktons.
Yeah.
But yes, the fact that UConn did that to Gonzaga, who's a damn good team, I thought.
Drew Timme looked like he was a little boy lost without his parents on the court. Are you kidding me? And his foul.
He did for fishing. Yes.
Good Lord. And they were so scared to put him back in the second half. And he did, and he just didn't know what the hell was going on.
Quite a bit.
Noel for Kansas State, 30 points, 12 assists, 6 steals.
I felt bad for him. The funniest part about that, though, they were honed in on his brother, who was chirping in that first game at Madison Square Garden. And then last night, he started off and he was chirping. And then he quietly, you just saw him like get quieter and quieter and quieter. And then I was just like, oh, the poor guy.
So, okay, now today we've got Creighton, San Diego State.
Yeah.
At 2:20, followed by Miami, Texas at 5:05. If you are rooting for chaos, you're rooting for Creighton and Miami.
Yes.
But who do you think's going to win these two games today?
Okay, so San Diego and is a 5 seed, and it's 30. They're 30-6.
Right.
Creighton's 24-12, and they are a number 6 seed. In my mind, they're on equal playing field.
Me too. I agree. Creighton's favored by 2.5.
And I think Creighton's going to do it. And honestly, Texas has looked very, very good.
They have.
Very, very good.
3.5 over Miami.
And we all love to make fun of the ESPN projector. The ESPN matchup predictor is at 77% Texas, 22%, 22.8% Miami.
Right, Miami.
Don't count Miami out. Because
I agree.
I cannot believe they have made it this far. And if you want to find something amusing, I'm just going to call out Ohio University's Jeff Bowles, men's basketball coach, said some not so nice things about the Miami Hurricanes on Twitter, and now he's beating it. So,
okay. Texas has an interim coach in there because Chris Beard got fired, and now Chris Beard at Ole Miss.
Yeah, and Chris Beard's already got a job, and please promote Rodney Terry. He is done wonders for this team. And I know that it's the team that's in place, but at the same time, if they've been able to make it this far, they might have a chance to go to the Final Four. Texas, do what's right. Give that man a contract.
Okay, so now let's talk ratings.
Yes.
Because we don't have Duke, Kentucky, North Carolina. We don't have Kansas.
No.
We don't have Gonzaga. We don't have, obviously the top teams. No Houston, no Alabama in the Final Four.
Oh, wow.
So let's just say, no matter how it plays out now, you're going to have, look, Texas, Miami, San Diego State, Creighton, 2 of those teams are going to make it, and they're going to play against either Florida Atlantic or UConn for the championship.
Yeah.
How much do you think the ratings will suffer based on what the matchup will be? Because it's not going to be blue blood matchup.
No, but at the same time, think about all of the states that have gone to in-state betting over the past year.
Sure.
Think about all the money that the people are going to put on the line. Because everyone's brackets are busted. None of us had these. Maybe Texas in your Final Four.
Texas did, yeah. A lot of people think had Texas in there. Timmy Brackett, but Tim Hall had Texas winning it all.
Oh, look at him.
Yeah, he knows his stuff.
Good for him. Yeah. But seriously, people, I think ratings, if they dip, it's not going to be too much. People are going to have a vested interest, even though nobody really cares about Creighton.
Right.
People are going to have a vested interest because of that money.
Betting.
Exactly.
So if betting's not involved, it'd be a huge drop, right?
I think so, yeah.
I think so, too.
I mean, 5 years ago, absolutely. This is a stinker of a line.
It is. And that's always my problem with the whole Cinderella thing and the upsets. But I can't say, though, with certainty, though, Jen, that we don't have the best team still alive. No. I can't say with certainty. Before I could. 5 years ago, I would say there's no way in hell Florida Atlantic should be in the Final Four. But watching Florida Atlantic play, I'm like, you know what?
They're fun.
They're really good.
They're really fun, and they're good.
So San Diego State.
Yes. And I will tell you, I live with a person, my husband, who hates sports, non-sports Matt. He has been so tuned in. It's funny, because I'll be watching it, and he'll get involved.
Right.
It was just something he's never done before when it's come. He's not betting. He has no brackets. He's just sucked in because I explained to him how these teams were nothing before, 2 weeks ago, in the eyes of the national media when it comes to this whole tournament. And so he likes the whole underdog story. And so there you go.
Speaking of the betting world, I wonder if in October you walked into a sports book.
Oh my God! And you were like a Creighton, like.
No, you just said this. So I think UConn's men will play later than UConn's women will in the tournament. How much money could you have made on that bet? Because the fact that UConn men are still alive and UConn women aren't is just absolutely mind-blowing to me.
And isn't this their first real-time back for a while?
When did they win? When UConn men won it a few years back with Kevin Ollie, right?
Yes.
They
2014.
won 14.
Thank you,
okay, not that. So 9 years ago, UConn men won the tournament. But still, if you walked into a sports book in October of 2022 and said, look, I've got a hunch. I really think UConn men are going to be playing after UConn women are in the tournament, they would have said, yes, how much do you want to bet? Here's some great odds. And you could have really gotten good odds on that, I believe. But nonetheless, so much fun right now going on with Ohio State women do what they're doing. Today's Elite Eight games, look, with you, although we both sound extremely, just so you're aware, you and I both sound extremely old with how excited we are about the earlier start times, the 2:20 to 5:05.
Well, no, Succession comes back tonight on HBO, and I need to see it.
Okay, we'll go with that. No, we'll go with that. That's fine. Nonetheless, you and I both sound very old how excited we are about 2:20 tip-off for Creighton, San Diego
Well, and we're
State.
going to be up late tomorrow night.
No doubt. Right, that right there is amazing. That's going to happen there. They're in Seattle for that one. And like I said, we're going to have Matty Andrews on later on in the show to talk about what he witnessed yesterday and Ohio State's chances going forward against Virginia Tech. You watch that game afterwards as well. Coming up next, though, we've had some great moments this year in the NCAA tournament, but nothing will ever top One for Me, and we'll talk about that next. Fan Sports Sunday, 97.1 The Fan.
A lot of hosts have been on our airways in the past 30 years. Some good, some bad, some really bad. Anyway, sorry for that, The Fan.
Choices, choices, choices. With 5 exciting Volkswagen SUVs, you have a lot of choices. You want roomy? Choose the Atlas. You want the ultimate in stylish? Choose the Atlas Crossport. You want fully electric? Choose the ID4. You want turbocharged? Choose the Taos. You want cargo room galore? Choose the Tiguan. And of course, you'll want to test drive one of these. So choose to go to your local Volkswagen dealer today.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. Here is an impression of my wife over the years. Are you ready?
What do we need high-speed internet for? Oh. What do we need high-definition television for? Oh. Why do we need a Lexus? Oh.
As a matter of fact, if the world were ending, she could only save me or the cars, she would save the Lexus. We don't even get intimate anymore. She just sits in the Lexus and smokes a cigarette. The invitation to Lexus event is going on all month long at Jermaine Lexus with a great in-stock inventory to choose from and special rates as low as 4.99% on their most popular models, including the all-new redesigned RX. Financing on a limited term with approved credit. Not all buyers will qualify. $18.91 per thousand finance. Ends $331.23. Don't settle for anything less than the best. Jermaine Lexus. 2 locations to serve you. Dublin and Easton. Check them out online. JermaineLexus.com. Tell them my wife sent you.
Yeah!
The thrill of the ice. The boom of the cannon. The Jackets face off against the Florida Panthers on Saturday, April 1st. Presented by Nationwide. Get your tickets now at BlueJackets.com. If you're looking for a one-of-a-kind design, or even chose from thousands of different styles, Worthington Jewelers Spring Bridal Buy One, Get One Half Off is going on until April 1st. Shop local. Shop Worthington Jewelers, where Columbus gets engaged.
Want an electric vehicle but don't want to follow the crowd? Experience Polestar. Pure, progressive performance. A gift for yourself and the planet. Minimalistic luxury. Sustainably sourced materials. No salesperson or pressure. Just personalized design in a space that has purity of purpose. Buyers is the only space in Ohio where you can touch, feel, and drive the difference. Experience it at Polestar Columbus on the Buyers Imports campus, Hamilton Road by the airport.
Visit us at PolestarColumbus.com.
Hey friends, you don't need to find a pot of gold to strike it rich this March. Instead, win money on your tournament wagers with Superbook Sports. Bo Bishop here, and Superbook features the best team of odds makers in the business. So they're the safe bet when it comes to sports gambling. You have a direct line to their experienced staff behind the counter in Las Vegas. They also have one of the most extensive betting menus around. So no matter what you want to wager on, come tournament time, Superbook is sure to have it. Download the Superbook app, start winning today. Visit Superbook.com for terms and conditions. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Why did I become a meteorologist? Honestly, it's because I was scared of the weather when I was a little boy. I would clean out my toy box and climb in there to a safe place during bad storms. So I've spent my whole life trying to figure out why storms happen. I get the fear that some people have in storms because I used to be me. So now I think getting people the right information at the right time empowers them to make smart decisions and be safe.
Don't be scared. Be prepared. Please note,
Convenience stores to get things quick and easy. Most people want to miss the convenience store for now. Look at your metal with size and sustainable levels. Every contractor, business, and government, no project is too big or small. Stop by the shop for a variety of shapes, frames, and sizes. I mean,
It's so high. Last high it's been over the past few weeks, but
no minimum order.
it's still up there.
This is the family one franchise. Very close and good. Let's go on to
Enjoy a very limited bracket this March at 16 the Wallace Kitchen and Public House for the Field Diving Challenge. The challenge runs through the entire month of March, so make sure you visit the Wallace each week to help your favorite crew. While watching the tournament on 30 big screen TVs in a fun, lively environment. The Wallace Kitchen and Public House. Take advantage of factory cash incentives and boat show pricing this season at Buckeye Lake Marina. Check out Central Ohio's largest selection of over 100 new and used boats in stock inside Buckeye Lake Marina's 15,000 square foot showroom. Don't miss out on huge savings on brands like Bennington, Crown Line, South Bay, and more. Buckeye Lake Marina is family owned and operated and is your one-stop shop for all your underwater needs. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com today to find your next boat. Buckeye Lake Marina. We'll see you on the water if your hair is thinning or falling out. What's your first call? Devance Goy Hair Clinic, the only clinic in Ohio to offer multi-unit hair grafting that restores more hair in one procedure and all the latest solutions to restore your hair. and they've been doing that for over 40 years, right here in Ohio. Here's some satisfied clients.
If I'm going to drop in, it's got to look good. You know, that's really good. So I recommend it to anybody that doesn't feel their age. And actually, I feel younger than my age.
Multi-unit hair grafting can restore more hair than traditional hair transplants, saving you time and money. In less than 1 hour, you can find out if multi-unit hair grafting can work for you for natural, permanent results. Call now, and 97.1 The Fan listeners receive $250 off, a free evaluation, and $250 off. Call Vanscoy Hair Clinics at 614-432-8042. That's 614-432-8042. Results may vary. VanscoyHair.com or 432-8042 right now.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Service Air Technology and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Live, local, and still slightly drunk.
I'm not drunk, all right? I just have a speech impediment.
This is Fan Sports Sunday.
Fan Sports Sunday, Tito and Jen with you until 1:30. Bodie back there running things. Jen, so every tournament we get moments, you know. We had the Strother moment hitting the shot for Gonzaga to beat UCLA. We've had, obviously, with Noel, what he's done with Kansas State. Moments there. We've had moments all the time. Every tournament, there's moments.
Yes.
Yes. And you go back and look at it was a Leitner moment. Yes. The Villanova beating Georgetown. The Jordan shot. Magic against Larry. All these other ones that have happened. And there are certain times in sports when you have situations happen that in the moment it's like, oh my God, this is amazing. But the further you get away from it, it's like something like this can never happen again. I'll give you an example. There will never be something that happens that will compare to USA over the Soviet Union in the semifinals of the U.S. Olympics in 1980 Lake Placid.
Right.
Because there were so many other things that beyond the game, like just like what was going on with the Cold War and with the energy crisis, the gas crisis in the United States, the boycotting of Olympics coming up later on that summer in 1980 in the United States. All these things that went on.
Fun fact about that.
Yes.
It's the first sports memory I remember.
Okay.
And it's because I have a scar on my face.
Really?
I got so excited that I jumped up and I hit the corner of the stand that was holding our TV and split my eyebrow open. And so I still have this weird scar on my eyebrow because of that.
Because of that?
Yes.
Now, I have had like Louisiana.
Oh, how cool.
Talking about the gold. I got that movie too. By the way, Jim, it's still every year.
Do they still get together?
Not only do they get together, you can go to Lake Placid on the rink, in the site, and there's like a fantasy campaign that goes on. You can pay for it without the escape the family computer film and all that. So, anyway, nothing could ever happen to like prepare to that.
No.
I feel the same way about the Galvano NC State team that beat Houston and Olajuwon and Drexler 5 Slamma-Jamma in the NCAA championship.
It's iconic.
Around this time, you just could with how much the transfer portal's changed now.
Yeah.
And the immense coverage the tournament gets. Not just the betting side of it, the brackets we all do. People didn't do brackets as often back then. But, you know, NC State, there was less money in the tournament at that point.
There were less teams, too.
It was a 48 back then or 54, one of the other, maybe 52 even. But one of those, yes. It was not the same it was. But you hear there's guys, if you ever go back and watch the 30 for 30, you hear about some of the players talk about they had to stay at this hotel in Oregon when they were playing there in the first 2 rounds, and how there were mirrors on the ceiling and all over the rooms and things like that, and they're staying there. And the comebacks they had to make to win the games they won to keep advancing. And it's just, I can't ever see something happening again like that, because as surprised as you are at Florida Atlantic, as surprised as you are about Princeton Fun, as the shock that you are at the teams that are left, the 6 that are left, as far as the importance of that.
Buckeye fan, you've come to the right place. This is your heritage sports talker and home of Ohio State Athletics, The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. I used to have 2 problems with my sleep. One, I always woke up feeling tired, and that caused me to take a lot of naps. I wasn't very productive. Sucked. And number 2 was I snored all the time. My wife would wake up, I would wake up. It was awful. Finally, I went and got checked out, and they said, oh, you've got sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is not something you can mess around with. You got to get it treated. Did you know that as you age, your risk of having obstructive sleep apnea nearly doubles? In fact, sleep apnea is a deadly sleep disorder that only gets worse with age, and snoring is the #1 indicator. Dr. Mark Levy is board certified in the treatment of sleep apnea, and he offers a custom-fitted oral appliance that effectively treats sleep apnea. So that's good news. The other good news is most Medicare patients have little to no out-of-pocket costs. Do not ignore your sleep apnea. Get it treated. Call now for a consultation with Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. Get the life back you deserve. Call Dr. Mark Levy today, 1-800-MORE-SLEEP, or check him out online, sleepbettercolumbus.com.
Take advantage of factory cash incentives and boat show pricing this season at Buckeye Lake Marina. Check out Central Ohio's largest selection of over 100 new and used boats in stock inside Buckeye Lake Marina's 15,000 square foot showroom. Don't miss out on huge savings on brands like Bennington, Crown Line, South Bay, and more. Buckeye Lake Marina is family owned and operated and is your one-stop shop for all your on-the-water needs. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com today to find your next boat. Buckeye Lake Marina. We'll see you on the water.
Whatever temperatures this winter brings, your friendly and knowledgeable Bryant dealer is ready to help. Your dealer is committed to achieving a high level of training and skill, and backed by outstanding products from one of the industry's most trusted names. Whatever your heating needs, your local Bryant dealer will see whenever it takes for your family's comfort.
Schedule your winter tune-up today with Federal Elite Heating and Cooling online at federalheating.com. Federal Elite Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes.
Colin Man here for Jermaine, Lexus of Dublin,
and then look at the other teams around them that are battling. Dallas is at Charlotte at 1 o'clock. Dallas is a complete train wreck right now.
Yeah.
Minnesota's at Golden State tonight at 8:30. That's another significant game because we talked about them both being right there with each other.
Well, that'll be fun to watch tonight too. See,
Sure.
we've got the end of the games, the tournament stuff
Right.
for the evening. You got NBA stuff going on.
Yes.
That'll be fun.
So LeBron coming back would absolutely be, it is significant for the Lakers. D'Angelo Russell's done very well in his absence. So has Anthony Davis for the most part, I think. But it's interesting now if LeBron gets back and plays, how important that will be for that team as they try to get to that look. If they can get past the play-in game, and hell, if they somehow got to fourth, I know they won't.
I don't know. They won't.
They won't.
Especially with the Suns. I mean, I know Durant being out, but Devin Booker has carried that team on his back.
He has, yes. Devin Booker's been the man there. And when they get Durant back, it's Durant with Paul and Ayton. Yes, and Booker. When they get those guys back, I mean, they're going to be damn tough to beat.
I'm excited. I know that we kind of had, we sludged through the games between the All-Star break and now, but things are finally starting to be a little more exciting.
Yes.
And they have to be, especially if you're a team in either the East or the West in spots 7 through like 12.
Yes.
You've got to maintain it. I mean, the East is a little bit different. There's a little more separation in the ranks, and God bless the Cavs.
Yeah.
Almost there. They're fourth.
They're fourth right now, yes. And clearly, they got a 5-game lead on the Knicks.
Yes.
And so the Cavs have 7 games left. So they're locked in there. And they're 6-3. They're going to host the first-round playoff series, but they're going to be 4 is what it looks like
so
here.
So much better than last year and not making it due to the play-in game. So I am so excited for them.
They are rooting for Boston because if Boston would somehow surpass Milwaukee, then the Cavs could potentially Boston in the second round versus playing the Bucks, which would be a very tall task for Cleveland. They'd much rather play Boston, who they've had success against so far this year. But yes, Milwaukee in first in the East right now by 2 games over Boston. Philly is 4 back of Milwaukee. Cleveland 6.5 back. Knicks are 5 behind the Cavs. Nets are 6.5. Which is funny to me.
I would have thought the Nets would, after, the whole team, and this whole thing with Simmons.
He's out for the year now.
He's out for the year, which is, get rid of him. I mean, I feel bad for the guy, but at the same time,
I don't know what you can do.
What can you do with him? You cannot do anything.
I was thinking about this today when I saw that story about Simmons, because Simmons has made so much money for doing so little.
Right.
And I wonder if you're an NBA team paying somebody to be on your team, would you rather pay
Udonis Haslem?
No, it's it. Would you rather pay Ben Simmons or Kyrie Irving?
Ben Simmons.
I think Kyrie Irving, the stuff he says with the fans booing in Dallas, and he said, if you think you can do better, come on down.
Yeah.
Essentially is what he said. And he's a terrible teammate. He's unreliable. I might want to pay Simmons to not play than pay Kyrie to be on my team.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
at least Simmons shuts up.
Right, and we've seen what's happened to the Mavericks since that trade happened.
Yes.
They are in 11th position.
They're not. Yeah, right now they're not even in the play-in.
So no. And I mean, you know, there's some outliers with Simmons. He's had some mental health issues, which I totally get. I totally understand.
No, yeah, right.
But what is going on with that guy?
It's amazing, and how much money he's getting paid to not play at all is what bothers me. And that's why, like, the whole thing is I think Kyrie's a net negative for the Mavericks. And I think Simmons, I don't think he's a negative. He's not a positive, but because he's not playing. So if you're paying him just not to play, that's fine. I think every time Kyrie takes the court for the Mavs, it's a bad thing going forward as far as with Luka.
Yeah.
Because Luka said he's not having fun anymore. Luka did say that. I'm not having fun right now.
And I love Luka.
Me too.
And I want really good things to happen for Luka because I think he's phenomenal.
All right, coming up next, we'll call up everything happened and everything will happen today. Give you an update on what's going on in golf, too. It's Jen and Tito right here, Fan Sports Sunday, 97.1 The Fan.
The two most mature people working at the radio station, and that's just because they wear pants. The pervert and the skivvy. Rossman and Ice.
Weekdays at noon.
The Fan.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. Here is an impression of my wife over the years. Are you ready?
What do we need high-speed internet for? Oh. What do we need high-definition television for? Oh. Why do we need Alexis? Oh.
As a matter of fact, if the world were ending, she could only save me or the car, she would save the Lexus. We don't even get intimate anymore. She just sits in the Lexus and smokes a cigarette. The invitation to Lexus event is going on all month long at Jermaine Lexus with a great in-stock inventory to choose from and special rates as low as 4.99% on their most popular models, including the all-new redesigned RX. Financing on a limited term with approved credit. Not all buyers will qualify. $1,891 per thousand finance. Ends 3/31/23. Don't settle for anything less than the best. Jermaine Lexus. 2 locations to serve you.
He has his eyes off the road.
In Easton. Check him out online. JermaineLexus.com. Tell him my wife sent you.
Yeah!
Experience Blue Jackets hockey with family and friends and never miss the boom of the cannon. New 23-24 ticket plans starting as low as 11 games are available now. Choose the seats and the games you want while saving up to 28%. For details, visit bluejackets.com/ticket plans.
Don't want to follow the crowd. Experience Polestar. Impressive performance. A gift for yourself and the planet. Minimalistic luxury. Sustainably sourced materials. No personal pressure. Just personalized design in a space that has purity and purpose. Buyers is the only space in Ohio where you can touch, feel, and drive the difference. Experience it at Polestar Columbus on the Buyers Imports campus, Hamilton Road by the airport.
Visit us at polestarcolumbus.com.
Ever wonder where your go-to maintenance person gets the metal products they need to fix yours and everyone else's problems? The best in the business go to Metal Supermarkets for their wide variety of metal products and shapes to tackle projects from simple to complex. Metal Supermarkets is your source for all metals cut to size and ready fast. No minimum order with maximum service. Visit the family-owned franchise on North Wilson Road or at Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com.
Enjoy a whole new kind of bracket this March as 16 Ohio breweries compete in their own tournament at the Walrus Kitchen and Public House in their Beer Bracket Challenge. The challenge runs the entire month of March, so make sure you visit the Walrus each week to help your favorite brewery make it to the next round. Celebrate local breweries while watching the tournament on 30 big screen TVs in a fun, lively environment. The Walrus Kitchen and Public House, the corner of Main and 4th downtown. TheWalrusColumbus.com.
Why did I become a meteorologist? Honestly, it's because I was scared of the weather when I was a little boy. I would clean out my toy box and climb in there as a safe place during bad storms. So I've spent my whole life trying to figure out why storms happen. I get the fear that some people have storms because that used to be. So now I think getting people the right information at the right time empowers them to make smart decisions and be safe.
Don't forget, be prepared. Advance notice from Doppler 10 Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz.
Hey friends, you don't need to find a pot of gold to strike it rich this March. Instead, win money on your tournament wagers with Superbook Sports. Bo Bishop here, and Superbook features the best team of odds makers in the business. So they're the safe bet when it comes to sports gambling. You have a direct line to their experienced staff behind the counter in Las Vegas. They also have one of the most extensive betting menus around. So no matter what you want to wager on, come tournament time, Superbook is sure to have it. Download the Superbook app, start winning today. Superbook.com. Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. I used to have two problems with my sleep. One, I always woke up feeling tired, and that caused me to take a lot of naps. I wasn't very productive. It sucked. And number two was I snored all the time. My wife would wake up, I would wake up. It was awful. And finally, I went and got to my doctor, and they said, oh, you've got sleep apnea. You got to get it treated. Did you know that as you age, the risk of having obstructive sleep apnea nearly doubles? It's a fact. Sleep apnea is a deadly sleep disorder that only gets worse with age, and snoring is the #1 indicator. Dr. Mark Levy is board certified in the treatment of sleep apnea, and he offers a custom-fitted oral appliance that effectively treats sleep apnea. So that's good news. The other good news is most Medicare patients have little to no out-of-pocket cost. Do not ignore your sleep apnea. Get it treated. Call now for a consultation with Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. Get the life back you deserve. Call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or check him out online at bettercolumbus.com.
We firmly believe it's appropriate to tailgate before a youth soccer game. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
Fan Sports Sunday, Tito and Jem with you till 1:30. Then we've got San Diego State Creighton. Coming up after this segment, though, Matt Andrews will join us from from Seattle.
A little bit further away.
Prep sheet says Connecticut. Who's in charge of prep sheet?
That would be...
We're not going to point fingers right now. It says it does say on the prep sheet, literally, Andrews joins us from Connecticut. That's a lie.
Yes, it does.
He did not go to Connecticut in between the games. He stayed in Seattle.
Yes.
And he will join us to talk about that game yesterday.
You know who's probably in Connecticut, though?
Gino. Dorca. UConn. They're there.
Yeah, they are.
They lost, yes. Yesterday, Ohio State wins 73-61. What a great win for that program. So we're going to talk about that with him. They'll play Virginia Tech on Monday night at 9 o'clock. Matt Andrews had that call as well, so make sure you tune in to 97.1 The Fan for that game. Men, we're down to 6 teams. We'll be down to 4 when the evening ends. So we've got San Diego State Creighton going on today. That'll be a fun game to watch. And like I say, we'll have that one right here on The Fan as well. And then it just shocks me the teams we're talking about being in the Final Four. Miami, Texas after that one. So either FAU or UConn will be in the final against either Creighton, San Diego State, Miami, or Texas in the championship game. No one had that.
The ratings bonanza. If
Could
this
be
were 5
the
years
betting
ago.
thing. I know, but the betting thing, you're right though. It will certainly help out the cause for that show. Bryce Sensabaugh announces for Ohio State that he is going to dip his toe in the NBA draft waters. He could still return to Ohio State. I think he's gone.
Yeah.
I can't see I can't see any consensus of the NBA saying, hey, you know what? You'll probably be a second-round pick or you won't be drafted at all. There's no way they would say that to Bryce Sensabaugh.
Not at all. And
So,
he'll I mean, I think hearing a first round,
Right.
that's all he needs.
Yeah, I think so too. If you're a first-round pick, you go. That's first-round pick, you go.
There's no reason to risk any sort of injury or playing not as well. I mean, he played well.
He would play well again
played
next year.
better.
Yes, he could have played better.
Right, but he could, take a step back. So yeah, no, go. Just go. Get your money, and we can just be proud of you going pro.
Yes. Jackets lost to Montreal 8-2. Connor Bedard, that's a good thing. They're still though projected to finish with more points than San Jose. We need San Jose to win a game somewhere they're not supposed to win, and the Jackets keep losing.
Just keep an eye out. That's what I'm going to do. Maybe place a bet on San Jose losing, and then they'll win. See, that's what I usually find.
That's how you go about it?
That's how I jinx myself, is I put money on the line, and then the opposite happens, and so I'm out money, but something beneficial happens.
Okay, so we know the Blazers are out of it in the NBA.
Yeah.
So they are talking about shutting down Dame Lillard for the rest of the season.
I would absolutely do. The man has stepped up, and I mean, he was good. He's been a very good player. But now it's just like, what is going on? Where is he coming from? And why does he not have the support that he needs?
But why don't the Jackets do the same thing with Johnny Hockey?
That is a very good question. Holy cow.
Let's just sit him down. Let's put him in cellophane. The season's over.
Yes.
And let's let all these young guys play. Let's get Johnny Hockey out of there. Let's get Boone Jenner out of there. All these guys we need next year.
Yeah.
We need them next year.
Because we don't want to end the season the way in which we started our season.
Oh, we'll have an injury happen where it's like, oh, he might never. No. You don't need it. Just shut him down. Look, play him at home games if you want to.
Yeah.
Road games, I don't care about the road fans. I will put a minor league team out there on road games.
And by this point, do they have any more West Coast states?
I don't think any more West Coast states, but they do have, I think they've got 5 home, 5 road or something like that the rest of the way. Something like that. It's just, you can play them at home if you want to because the home fans play them in a limited number of minutes.
And every night is a sellout. I mean, that's
amazing
the
to me.
thing. As crappy as this team has been, you have to give it up to the diehard fans of this team for making it out night after night to see crappy hockey and making it a sellout, and it just shows you the level of dedication of the people of Columbus.
Absolutely.
You can just put crap out, people will still show up in droves.
It's a fun environment.
It is very fun.
People are definitely passionate about the Jackets, and they do put forth a great effort every night.
Yes.
They're great for the community.
Well,
so
the in-game atmosphere itself is top-notch.
It is.
You go there and you're getting, there's so many timeouts, there's so many TV, and so, Mike Todd does a hell of a job.
Yes, he does.
The little Pepsi crew, the blimps flying and dropping stuff on people.
Yep.
It's a good in-game experience, and I totally understand why people are selling them out. I just hope that next season the team can give them even more of a reason to sell games out.
The crew hosted Atlanta United FC last night, get a 6-1 win. Yes, that's right, 6 goals in a soccer game. That was normal when I was 7 years old and I played in the league I played in. Not normal for MLS, but a 6-1 win for the crew. Good for them. Yes. They had a scrimmage yesterday at Ohio State with the pads on, and it sounds like the quarterbacks played well. Ryan Day said the right thing. He kind of said, it's one game. We're going to go back and evaluate tape. We're going to see, sometimes you think you saw something and you didn't. Sometimes you missed something, and we're going to go back and look at every play and grade that out. Offensive line still a work in progress for this team. But they now, April 15th is going to be the spring game over there at the Horseshoe. That should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it's always fun. It's always interesting when Ohio State goes into the spring practice without a defined number 1 quarterback.
Right.
It's great stories. We'll see what happens. I don't know the best player. I think that probably Kyle McCord's in the lead over Devin Brown right now.
And that's what it sounds like.
But there's a long time to go before making a decision there. They have to make a decision, though. I don't want to go into it with 2 quarterbacks this season. Have a clear number 1.
Well, and I think, honestly, Ryan Day knows what's up in regards to when that second portal opens, and he'll make the decision, my guess is, after this practice wraps up.
I don't know if they'll have the decision. I think it'll be later than that, though. I don't think by May 1st we are going to know who the number 1 quarterback is for Ohio State. I just don't think we're going to have it there, Jen.
I don't know. McCord has the experience, and he's got the in-game experience.
Sure. He also went to high school with Martyrs and people else.
Absolutely. But part of me is also like, I get why if you are in line to become a starting quarterback and you don't make that cut, I understand why you leave. But then you see things that happen and you see, oh, look at what Trevor Lawrence was able to do in Clemson and taking a step up and becoming who he became. Part of me is just kind of like, well, should I wait around? Or you could be Joe Burrow. You could be behind Justin Fields. And Urban's like, go do what you need to do, and then he goes out and wins the national championship.
Cameras
we all agree, though, don't be Tate Martell.
Change the battery real quick.
Okay, so Jen, let me ask you this thing.
God, poor Tate Martell, that
the
guy.
second battery change for that camera.
On May 1st to May 10th is the second transfer portal window.
Yeah.
More likely to transfer from Ohio State during that window,
after.
a running back or a quarterback?
You know what? For right now, I would say a running back.
Okay.
Because you're making me second guess myself on McCord will be the starter.
I think he'll be the starter. And I don't know they'll be announced in time, though, for the May 1st. Maybe Brown will have it. Maybe we'll get to May 1st and Brown will say, you know what, I'm not beating this guy out. Or maybe he's going to say, I think Dave's going to be honest with both of them.
Yeah. And I want to see what kind of time Brown's going to get during the spring game. Will they do an equal allotted amount of time for both quarterbacks to go out there? I don't know.
I think it's probably a running back also, just because I don't think we'll have a definitive answer on quarterback by May 1st. I think by May 1st, though, there will be one of the 5 running backs in the room that's going to say, you know what, God love you, I got to go somewhere else.
Yeah, and I mean, that makes sense. 5 running backs as opposed to 2 quarterbacks.
Right, so I think that's what will probably end up happening. All right, coming up next, we will wrap up the show, but not before we talk to Matt Andrews. He is the voice of the Buckeyes with Ohio State women's basketball. He was on the call yesterday for the game against UConn in Seattle. Get his perspective on what happened and in that game yesterday and what Ohio State has to do to knock off Virginia Tech coming up tomorrow night. We'll do all that next. This is Fan Sports Sunday, 97.1 The Fan.
A lot has changed in 30 years, but we're still that old shoe that feels worn in and well-loved. And, well, we smell a little, but whew, you've accepted that. The Fan.
Choices, choices, choices. With 5 exciting Volkswagen SUVs, you have a lot of choices. You want roomy? Choose the Atlas. You want the ultimate in stylish? Choose the Atlas Cross Sport. You want fully electric? Choose the ID4. You want turbocharged? Choose the Taos. You want cargo room galore? Choose the Tiguan. And of course, you want to test drive one of these. So choose to go to your local Volkswagen dealer today.
Colin Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Houston. Here is an impression of my wife over the years. Are you ready?
What do we need high-speed internet for? Oh. What do we need high-definition television for? Oh. Why do we need Alexis? Oh.
As a matter of fact, if the world were ending, she could only save me or the car, she would save the Lexus. We don't even get intimate anymore. She just sits in the Lexus and smokes a cigarette. The invitation to Lexus event is going on all month long at Jermaine Lexus with a great in-stock inventory to choose from and special rates as low as 4.99% on their most popular models, including the all-new redesigned RX. Financing on a limited term with approved credit. Not all buyers will qualify. $18.91 per thousand finance. Ends 3/31/23. Don't settle for anything less than the best. Jermaine Lexus. 2 locations to serve you. Dublin and Easton. Check them out online. JermaineLexus.com. Tell them my wife sent you.
Yeah!
Enjoy a whole new kind of bracket this March as 16 Ohio breweries compete in their own tournament at the Walrus Kitchen and Public House in their Beer Bracket Challenge. The challenge runs the entire month of March, so make sure you visit the Walrus each week to help your favorite brewery make it to the next round. Celebrate local breweries while watching the tournament on 30 big screen TVs in a fun, lively environment. The Walrus Kitchen and Public House, the corner of Main and 4th downtown. TheWalrusColumbus.com.
Why did I become a meteorologist? Honestly, it's because I was scared of the weather when I was a little boy. I would clean out my toy box and find in there a safe place during bad storms. So I've spent my whole life trying to figure out why storms happen. I get the fear that some people have in storms because that used to be me. So now I think getting people the right information at the right time empowers them to make smart decisions and be safe.
Don't be scared. Be prepared. Advance notice from Doppler 10 Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz.
Hey friends, you don't need to find a pot of gold to strike it rich this March. Instead, win money on your tournament wagers with Superbook Sports. Bo Bishop here, and Superbook features the best team of odds makers in the business. So they're the safe bet when it comes to sports gambling. You have a direct line to their experienced staff behind the counter in Las Vegas. They also have one of the most extensive betting menus around. So no matter what you want to wager on, come tournament time, Superbook is sure to have it. Download the Superbook app, start winning today. Visit Superbook.com for terms and conditions.
The thrill of the ice, the boom of the cannon. The Jackets face off against the Florida Panthers on Saturday, April 1st. Presented by Nationwide. Get your tickets now at BlueJackets.com. If you're looking for a one-of-a-kind design, or even chose from thousands of different styles, Worthington Jewelers Spring Bridal Buy One, Get One Half Off is going on until April 1st. Shop local, shop Worthington Jewelers, where Columbus gets engaged.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. I used to have two problems with my sleep. One, I always woke up feeling tired, and that caused me to take a lot of naps. I wasn't very productive. Sucked. And number two was I snored all the time. My wife would wake up, I would wake up. It was awful. Finally, I went and got checked out, and they said, oh, you've got sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is not something you can mess around with. You got to get it treated. Did you know that as you age, your risk of having obstructive sleep apnea nearly doubles? It's a fact. Sleep apnea is a deadly sleep disorder that only gets worse with age, and snoring is the #1 indicator. Dr. Mark Levy is board certified in the treatment of sleep apnea, and he offers a custom-fitted oral appliance that effectively treats sleep apnea. So that's good news. The other good news is most Medicare patients have little to no out-of-pocket costs. Do not ignore your sleep apnea. Get it treated. Call now for a consultation with Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. Get the life back you deserve. Call Dr. Mark Levy today, 1-800-MORE-SLEEP, or check him out online, sleepbettercolumbus.com.
Right now at Menards. Good through April 2nd. Savings are a mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Hi, welcome to the IKEA Spring Sale.
Hi, I did my spring cleaning, but I still feel I'm missing something.
And don't worry, our Spring Sale has offers on everything from air purifiers to cabinets, cushion covers to sofas and storage, all to help you start fresh in every part of your space.
A total refresh. I love it.
Don't miss the IKEA Spring Sale. Visit your local IKEA store or go to IKEA-USA.com/offers before 410. Offer valid from 15 to 410. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store and IKEA-USA.com/offers for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
Hey friends, you don't need to find a pot of gold to strike it rich this March. Instead, win money on your tournament wagers with Superbook Sports. Bill Bishop here, and Superbook features the best team of odds makers in the business. So they're the safe bet when it comes to sports gambling. You have a direct line to their experienced staff behind the counter in Las Vegas. They also have one of the most extensive betting menus around. So no matter what you want to wager on, come tournament time, Superbook is sure to have it. Download the Superbook app. Start winning today. Visit superbook.com for terms and conditions. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Well, today is basically a night and day difference compared to the forecast we were talking about yesterday. There is no wind in the forecast, no clouds in the forecast, full sunshine. We're going to be just as warm, if not feeling a lot better because of those winds, and staying dry as well. So overall, a nice day. Looking fantastic right now. We've got highs in the low 60s this afternoon. Again, staying sunny all day long. I'm meteorologist Madison Reich on the Fan.
Garnish your Bloody Mary with Sports Talk. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
Indeed, you are Fan Sports Sunday. Tito and Jem with you. Bottom of the hour, we'll have the pregame coverage start with San Diego State and Creighton. But right now, we are still basking in what happened yesterday.
Yes, we are.
Jen and I have been super geeky talking about it. Now we're going to talk to somebody who was right there. I don't think he was front and center. I think it was front and
a little off.
He was front and left or right or something. Yes, but he was front for sure. Oh. He is the voice of the Ohio State women's basketball team. He is Matt Anderson joining us now on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Matt, how are you, my friend?
Tito, Jen, great to be with you. Couldn't be better. Great night last night for Ohio State. Good day today. Day of prep, the Elite Eight. We were front right if you're watching from your home television down to the right-hand corner. And about the foul line extended, a little lower than that.
I thought I saw your head. Like you. So we are a good person. We're a bad person with care talk. We can stop thinking about the right way to do things, about the way that things should be done, and instead start thinking about what we can do with our current barriers to improve our quality of life today. In a rare moment of folding clothes.
We're too far ahead.
I looked down at the babies.
That's your e-bike.
And I
That would be
thought to
no
myself,
problem.
why am I
Like almost 30 miles an hour.
Baby onesies don't really wrinkle. And even if they did, nobody cares if a baby's in a wrinkly onesie. Furthermore, I was probably going to change her 4 times before lunch. This doesn't need to be folded. For the first time, I stopped thinking about the way that laundry should be done, and instead started thinking about how I can make laundry functional for me.
And I looked down at the fleece pajamas and the underwear and the athletic shorts and the tank tops and realized almost none of my clothes actually needed to be folded. And I haven't folded any of them.
18.
Good enough. You have to give yourself permission to do a little. To do it with shortcuts. And replace that inner voice that says, I'm failing. With one that says, I'm having a hard time right now. And people who are having a hard time with, if it's too hard to shower today, grab the baby.
Well,
it may not be the normal way to do it. You deserve to be clean. If you're too depressed to do your dishes, get a 2-gallon dish bag and use it in your bedroom. And it'll be there for you when you're ready to go back to the kitchen. Because you deserve a sanitary environment, even if you can't get out of bed. So what if mental health treatment started here? By shifting the idea of care tasks as an external assessment of your ability to just say that you are research that you can customize to care for yourself. Because if it's true that regardless of what you struggle with, you are worthy of functional space.
That was Casey Davis. She's a therapist and the author of How to Keep House While Drowning. You can find Casey's full talk at TED.com. Thank you so much for listening to the second part of our series. Next week, part 3 of Flying Trials.
Between more migrant boats. Campaigners to make Berlin climate neutral by 2030 have failed to get their plan approved in a referendum. It still got the support of most Berliners who voted, but for it to become law, it should have garnered the support of at least a quarter of the German capital's electorate. Had the plan passed, Berlin would have become climate neutral 15 years ahead of the target. BBC News.
And for WNYC News, I'm Tiffany Hansen. A 42-year-old man is in critical condition after he was shot by police in the Bronx this morning. According to the NYPD, police responded to a 911 call around 10 a.m. from the victim's father, who was at home in Kingsbridge. When the NYPD arrived, the victim became agitated and approached the responding officers with a large kitchen knife. Police fired their gun at the man after they say he refused to drop the knife. NYPD confirms the incident was recorded on the officer's body cameras. No information regarding the victim's identity was made available by police, and an investigation is ongoing. A new drug identified by drug enforcement officials as a, quote, flesh-eating drug is making its way to New York City streets. Xylazine, nicknamed Trank, is used by veterinarians as an anesthetic for horses and cows. According to New York Senator Chuck Schumer, dealers are mixing the drug with others.
It's a deadly, skin-rotting zombie drug that evil drug dealers are now mixing with fentanyl, with heroin, and with other drugs.
The Drug Enforcement Administration issued a public warning about xylazine early this week, calling it, quote, the deadliest drug threat our country has ever faced. Curbside composting returns to Queens tomorrow after launching across the entire borough for the first time last fall. Residents will once again be able to...
Football because that's where the money play was during the process of attacking their stars to college football to do FCS football after a history pre-21st century of being a 1AA team. That football attachment flagged them into the American Athletic Conference. Like a fever dream, man, like Utah being in a conference with Houston and SMU and East Carolina. Tulsa, just weird stuff. And now Utah back in the Big East. I'll be in the Big East.